ready for some girl chat?
I
I'm
am. Much
ready. All right. I have a good one. A recent study done by the University of Toronto claims to have found a treatment that zaps away traumatic memories in mice.
Ooh.
Yeah, which brings me to this question, ladies. You know what? If you could erase your worst memory, which one would it be?
Which one would it be?
Yeah. This is hard.
Or would you do it at all? I mean, you know, memories are like the corners of our mind.
Oh, really, are they? I would say, okay, I think maybe childhood traumatic memories, yes. I think in relationships, no, because I need to remember that you were a terrible human being to me.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Because if I'm honest, in relationships, I think it's super important. Yes, you can forgive, but I don't think you should forget.
Yeah.
Because when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
And remember.
Like, remember that. So, like, anytime when I would break up with somebody that they hurt me, or like if they cheated or that sort of thing, and then they would come back to me and be like, I love you, I would have to remind myself of the pain that they caused me, how they treated me, how they disregarded me, how I was disposable to them.
Yes.
And I would constantly remind myself of that so that I wouldn't take them back.
Yes.
So I wouldn't end up in the same place that I've been before. And sometimes I think that's why God created your memories, so that you could learn from the past and move on and do better next time.
That's
Yeah, I could, that is.
Ooh, I got deep on it.
Okay.
At the same time, when I think about this, when you said it, Loni, it triggered all these things that happened, bad boyfriends, stuff in my family, visionary things that happened where it kind of tore you apart as a child. But if I pictured myself today without those memories, I don't know if I'd be the woman that I really fell in love with now.
I agree.
You know, because if you think about it,
100%.
have you ever met a really strong person with an easy past?
No.
Think about it.
No.
Have you ever met somebody you really respect today who didn't go through some things to make you realize who they are now?
We just don't know enough rich people. That's what it is. So,
And
you know.
if I'm honest, I think a lot of people have lived really charmed lives, and the simple things that they go through are like...
I think this kind of thing would be beneficial for people who maybe deal with post-traumatic stress.
Yes.
Right.
Maybe a soldier who went through, you know, some really hard times in war, maybe in Vietnam. Yes, a veteran. It's really, really hard sometimes for them to get past that. So maybe a memory that you just can't be productive within your life and you can't forget, maybe this could be something for them.
If I'm honest, like even a rape victim.
I was about to say a
like
rape victim,
that is something
child
that
molestation.
Well, when I was a child, I got bit by a dog. So that was like 3 or 4. I can still remember, it was a German Shepherd, a beautiful German Shepherd. I remember walking with my babysitter to the house. It was her cousin's house. And we were outside, and I remember that dog just running. She was beautiful. She had just had puppies.
Yeah.
So, and I can remember her knocking me over, and I could see her teeth, and I like closed my eyes. And it took me a long time to get over it. So, you know, in those types of cases, it took me a long time to love dogs, you know, and trust dogs again. So maybe that would have helped me, you know. But there are good memories, too, that I don't want to, you know, erase. But
what about memories about your... This is weird, but like maybe parental memories that you don't want to...
I was just going to say,
But then when you become a parent, you don't remember that, you know.
But what about, like,
what
I
kind of
actually...
parental memories? Like, what do you mean?
I think a lot of us for a long time saw our parents as superheroes. You know, they're these amazing people, and you almost forget that they're humans and that they have flaws and they have bad moments in their lives, moments when they're impatient with you, frustrated. You don't know what they're going through, and then they come home to children. And I just think at times if you could delete maybe a certain memory of maybe not the highlight reel.
I'm right there with you because my parents went through a really rough divorce. And I remember the nights of fighting and the money arguments.
Yeah.
And then us kids having to figure out, are we going to have dinner together tonight or not? My parents were young. My mom had me when she was 16. They were figuring their marriage out. I understand it now. But those times really broke me. If I had to choose something, when you bring that up, I could deal without seeing some of the pain that my parents had to go through as they were figuring out their marriage.
But
their
do you think it helps you with your marriage? Because I know for me, you know, growing up and seeing my mother struggle, it really is a memory because it made me want to really work hard. And I can remember times when we didn't have food.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to erase that because I want to honor her because she's been such a great woman. And it's just some stuff you don't want to, but I understand what you're saying because it's hurtful. But to me, it's like, it's certain memories I think it goes down to who the person is.
Yeah.
I think you can learn from bad memories, but I think traumatic or very hurtful might be something that you do want to erase.
That is true. I can remember my sister and I, when we first moved from Texas to LA as actresses, that wasn't a fun time for my sister and I at all. Kids hated us just because we were on TV. There were times where my sister and I would say, well, maybe we should lie, to them if they saw us on a Barbie commercial or any kind of Barbie commercial because they thought we were better than them. And those kind of memories, although I would want to forget them, they actually brought my sister and I closer because I thank God I have a twin. We went through that together. I had a best friend to learn from that, and because of that, we're close.
When I say like family things, and tell me if you agree with this, I think maybe for me, I know that like my dad is a great person. Like I have an amazing dad, but I saw him in sometimes not the best light when families get in situations or, if you're honest, frustrations and spankings, and you sometimes don't see your parents in the best light. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
And so maybe if I could like delete that one thing, and then I could see them for who they really are. Because sometimes you don't see people for who they really are when you see them in their bad. Does that make sense?
Of course.
I know what you mean. But I think that's what it's called, working through some things. And maybe it helps build your relationship when you can talk to him.
Well, then, damn, I need to do better.
Yeah, that's the thing about life.
What do you mean you need to do better?
I need to do better.
What?
I think
You not spending
those
time with
memories
them?
sometimes, man, they sometimes cause you to feel some type of way about somebody, and you almost can't forget. So you're like,
You hold it against them.
then you hold it against them, but I know, I have an amazing dad, but
Like
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're
But
trying to say.
like, sometimes if you saw, like my mom went through a lot.
Yeah.
I am Papi, I mean the best. Like, I hate saying that, but if I could delete some things of some moments where you're like, but then you look back and you're like, maybe you had a lot of pressure on your life. Maybe you're the only one in this country from your entire family. You're alone. Like, there's so many things that now as an adult I could be like, okay, I could get it. I have a better understanding. And that's why I wish I could forget so I could have
a better relationship.
Yes.
Have you ever told him how you felt?
Me and my dad are so much alike. We're actually more alike. I am him.
Mama Nilda?
Yeah, my mom is super, oh my God, my mom is so emotional. She'll be like, Mamita, come here. Like, my dad is more like, if it's extra deep, we don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm way more like, don't be extra deep. I hate extra deep topics like this. Like, these things annoy me if I'm on, like, I'm like,
start crying, but it's like
so annoying.
You're helping somebody right now.
yeah.
What is it that you think that you could do?
I love my dad.
Right.
I love my dad. I think he's an amazing man. He made me who I am today. He's talented. He's an amazing singer. He's the one that came here to this country, like, to pursue a dream. All my, like, giftings, like, that kind of thing, I for sure get from him. He's amazing. He's funny. He's lighthearted. But we don't talk about those things because we're the same person. So it's two people that don't be deep about stuff. So we're like, whatever, like, and I see him, but at the same time, I feel like there was something that happened that maybe I haven't tapped into that makes us awkward. And I don't know why.
You just got to keep,
Yeah.
y'all got to keep working on it.
Yeah. And my dad's much older. Like, my dad's about to be 80. Like, I have a much older father, and like, I get so scared at the idea of, like, if we don't get to that good place, you know?
Do you think he'll ever be open to have an open, honest,
Oh my God,
emotional
I think
conversation about it?
so open, but maybe it's me at this point.
Adrienne,
You know?
what you just said here at this table, I pray for that day that you sit down and have this talk with him. He needs to hear this.
And do it now.
Because I love him. Like, we're literally twins, you guys. You saw him today.
Yes.
You
Today,
look like your father.
I look exactly like my dad. I FaceTimed him today, like back there, and he's with my sister. Him and my sister are so close. And if I'm honest, I envy the relationship that they have. They're so close. And I'm maybe just a mama's girl, and she's a daddy's girl. But like, I yearn for that because I don't know what that's. I don't know.
Can you try?
Yeah, I want to. I really want to.
Well, that's the first step,
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
you talked about it
Yeah.
right now. So actually,
Papi lindo, te quiero.
you're
I
doing
love
something
you.
about it right
You're
now.
amazing. I just would love that. And I don't hold that against him. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
I have one more memory that I would like to. It was a traumatic.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord.
I was driving. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I saw an accident. And I'm only saying this because I'm just using the example of things that you can erase.
Yeah.
That would be better. But there was an accident, and I went to get out and go help the man. And he was a DJ. It was a little small Datsun. I will never forget. I walked up to the car, and he was already gone. Mm-hmm. And if you've never seen death, it's something you cannot get out. This man, you could tell he was saying something. He was there in the car, and he was just stiff. The first stage of death had already hit him. And I just, to this day, when I cross that area, I think of him. I don't know his name, but there was nothing that I could do to help him. And there's a sense of hopelessness because this man was gone, and I could not do anything to help him. And I just want to say to whoever his family was, because what happened was there was another person. What happened was the car that was, like, this was his car, and the car ran a red light.
Yeah.
And so it hit him. And he was just coming from work. He was a DJ out at the club, and he was just coming from work. He had all his recordings and everything, and I will never forget that. And it taught me a lesson to slow down.
Yes.
You know, no matter what, slow down. You see a yellow light, slow down, because now that man is gone, and I cannot get I've been trying for years. And every time I cross that, I cannot get his face out of my mind. And so that's something that I would like.
I know. And Loni, I applaud you for I know it doesn't make sense why you were there at that moment, but sometimes we need to see something just to be able to say something to someone else. You spoke to somebody out there. I know myself, I've sped. I'm always in a rush doing things. You spoke to me in that moment, and you just make me think about when I'm overseas and I'm traveling and I'm talking to all these young girls that are going through trafficking situations. I listen to survivors. You know, I was a mess when I came back from Vietnam. I couldn't sleep, and I hear these stories, and I'm like, God, why do these things happen to innocent people abroad? And I can't sleep after I hear some of these stories. But I know that that it has to have something ignite inside of me, like that young man is within you, to go and spread the word and to make change and to encourage other people, because life is so precious.
Yes, it is.
And you need every moment to make right with every time that you have with anybody who you love.
So you have to make right, Adrienne.
Yes.
You got
it all comes full circle.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we gotta do our makeup. This is crazy. I'm so sorry to bring everybody down, but we hope you learned something from this.
It's real. It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
This is real.
Yeah.
And you know what, Adrienne?
What?
I think what you'll find is that your father probably was just doing the best he could.
Yeah.
And he was loving you the way he knew how.
Yeah.